Spurt and Cooks are coming to the Western Cape for a road trip to see what a real rugby province looks like.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rugby on 2 and 6, brought to you by Thirsty. It's the road trip part 2. A week later, guys. Last week, southern suburbs. Had a nice trip through the southern suburbs, visited Sachs, visited Rondebosch, and now we're on our way to the northern suburbs. We're going to stop off at Paul Boys, Paulgem, but on our way, Canal Walk. We're at the new Springbok store here in Canal Walk. Obviously, Old School have been great to us throughout the season. We've all got a whole lot of school jerseys, and now we get to see some of the cool Springbok stuff. But I just want to find out, no missed flights this week. Everything's on track. We're all good.
It was very refreshing. I know you wanted to jump in. It was very refreshing this morning. I sent him a text earlier at the hotel asking if he's going to drive with me. Straight off, replied. Straight off the bat, you know. No alarm clock issues and anything, so it was good. It was a very stressful 2 or 3 minutes for me while sending the message because I didn't know what room he was in if I had to go start searching and things like that.
No, at least he checked up on me. You know, a week later, I'm matured. I'm old now. Alarms have been set at a proper time. I know which day to look at. But yeah, happy to be here at the Springbok store. I mean, it's been a fantastic few weeks for Springbok. So the last few weeks, it's been great to be here.
Awesome. So we're going to have a little bit of a look around, see what you guys are interested in. Any particular reason we've started around these?
Well, it's putting our golfers. I mean,
Yes.
Alex, you try. Well, it's puts golfer. I'm below average golfer. Alex, you just starting.
We're literally standing in the order.
Yeah,
No, I'll tell you what's happening.
Just one of the-
Currently with my golf is very scary. Cooksy, so I don't think we'll be playing together anytime soon because you might beat me and I'm not going to like that. But
It's exactly what we're playing. But I do like, you know the wood covers. Yeah, this Springbok. So I think this is what my golf needs. I need to sort of add the box to my clubs. You know, put it maybe. I can get some sort of motivation from them, some sort of semblance.
The green and gold will make the difference.
Yeah, but as long as you know, usually you're allowed 14 clubs in your bag. If you play with the Springbok Cavs, you're only allowed 13 because they do it much better. One down,
yeah.
You know, so look, that's proper, but you can sort of pick a whole golfing outfit here because they've got the most beautiful golfers. They've got the belts as well.
Yes.
Credit card holder for I can stick the scorecard.
I've got to
in
show
there.
you something if you stay there. So you travel a lot, right?
Yeah, this is
For SuperSport. I think we need to up your game.
Oh, this is it.
Just
man.
imagine him rolling through OR Tambo, Bram Fisher International Airport.
I just don't know the little back in Bloom. It's too stylish for sport.
No, it is. But what I love about this travel case or whatever you want to call it is it literally epitomizes old school. Because this is as old school as you
It
can
looks
get,
like you're
right?
about to get on the ship,
Yeah,
the Union
on the
Castle
train.
line to get. To
You're on the
Cape
way
Town.
to hostel, you know, back in the early 1900s, and your mom's dropped you at the train to go to hostel, and off you go. No, this is special. But actually, Cook, see everything inside.
No, everything's. We're looking at the cricket jerseys.
Let's have a look at some of them.
I was looking at the cricket jerseys yesterday, which our executive producer managed to get me one for the Test Championship in Lords. I sent you guys my predictions from there. I think that's when the red cap that week.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the jersey.
Because you'd think the Springbok good luck would have helped you. But
Well, it helped me, but
No.
I love the cricket jersey with the Springbok album, Springbok emblem. But it's just fantastic with all this stuff. Like for me, what I love is the stuff you can wear from day to day. You know, the cricket, the t-shirts you can wear from wherever you need.
But even these, I mean, you can travel now. Look at those little toiletry bags.
See, this is for sport. There's a birthday present for sport.
Yeah.
you know, when we shot at Tilbach, at the Thirsty plant while you were in some country somewhere. We did our awards results, and Sput literally landed. I think you drove. He drove from Bloem to Joburg, flew to Cape Town, then drove to Tilburg with me. So he had many hours of traveling. We got to the venue where we're shooting. He opens his bag to get out his jerseys for the show, and his toiletry bag had exploded. It had exploded.
Literally.
So
I was cleaning it with toilet paper, and so this is. I hope my wife's watching, Marika.
this is the one.
Stalk,
This is the one.
You know, but Cooksy mentioned the jersey. You know, we were very fortunate on a couple of SuperSport productions to have received a bit of the kit. You know, one of the guys at the old school will watch the show afterwards and then just send us a few items. You know, so we've probably given them our
I feel like
wish
also
list,
the
eh?
perfect thing, we've gone full circle in terms of we've had the schoolboy old school jerseys, but now we've sort of transitioned into the Springboks. The Springbok store, and like, you know, because that is the journey from school. I mean, like, from school all the way to the Springboks. So what do we say? World champions are made 10 years before that.
But isn't it amazing how they've sort of captured the mark? You know, their marketing has been really, really good. Let's be honest. Old school and the quality of their products, I think that's where it lies.
I see this jersey, and it's making me think. I'm sure there's a photo somewhere of Kane and Moody, literally wearing this. So the feel as well.
They've marketed so well, but your marketing can only be so good. You need good product, and if you walk around here, you know, the jackets, the jerseys, the bags, everything you can feel is high quality. I held the wallet earlier. It's as genuine as leather can come. So
let's each of you have a little walk around, get some things for your wish list, and we can reconvene and compare.
That's very dangerous. All right.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's
you
start
say
with
it's
that.
for the form. It's not for the form, Cooks. It's all these functions we're doing these days. I get there, and the other night at Monash, you know, I get there, but everybody's dressed up in khakis, and this will look lovely.
I was going to say the color, because Cooks
See,
has got.
I've gone for the whites, but you know, December's coming, it's wedding season.
Okay.
You got to look the part. And what better look to go looking the part fancy than a little Springbok emblem over here, also. And a little cap as well.
Yep.
Always need a cap.
You
In
know,
summer.
No, for sure.
It's
Also,
more
I'm noticing
More
the color schemes of the two.
yeah, it's, you know.
Who lives in?
It's Gauteng, Free State.
Yeah, guess who lives in
you know?
Bloem and doesn't live in Bloem.
That's the difference. It's the Gauteng and Free State. And then I saw this as I walked in because it's different. You know?
You're going to stand out.
It's not the normal color you'd associate with the Springboks, which to me adds a little something.
But we have a red jersey one year.
One year.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had that
we
red
did.
jersey. We had that
But
red
this
jersey.
This is very nice.
Okay.
And then, sorry, Alex, but just to finish it off, you have to.
Okay, so, well, I'm going to
Put it
add
in
this
something.
because I'm a nice person. Add that for you because you had your toiletry bag.
I'm traveling.
There, he's ready to go. Okay, so I'm just gone for this sort of like, it's obviously green, easy to wear on match day. Back when the British and Irish Lions came to South Africa, I bought a very nice Springbok jacket, the jersey that they had at the time, but I actually don't have a short sleeve Springbok shirt. So in summer, now that we're playing like the autumn nations and all this, it's actually too hot for me to wear that. So I need a short sleeve shirt. This is green, it's got the nice gold Springboks, I like that. And then I'm also quite superstitious. So I always wear South African socks.
I never knew that.
For every match, right? And we watched when we pumped New Zealand this year at the City Lodge. I had my South African flag socks on, but they've got holes, so I kind of need to upgrade. So some Springbok socks. But yeah, guys, that's our little look around the Springbok store at Canal. They've just opened, so make sure you come down, have a look.
Just before you go, obviously, just New School jersey line also dropped, didn't it? From Old School, and there is a pop-up store in Canal Walk as well.
Yeah.
Probably just quickly
go around the corner, have a look. And we spoke about how on SuperSport broadcasts we got some of the old school kit. In Multi-Choice City, the headquarters of SuperSport, DSTV, all the rest, there is a Springbok store, old school store that's open there, literally in the building, and a little studio as well. So I think Rugby on 2 and 6 next year we might have a couple shows in that.
No, 100%.
We have to. look the part.
And then obviously dress in.
You're ready to go on.
I'm
to
going.
continue your road trip.
I'm on road trip now.
Yeah.
So you guys can drop me off at the airport. I'm going somewhere else now.
Well, we are going to go to the northern suburbs now and see what's happening at Paul Boys and Paulchem. See you in a bit.
Je komt mee boksen. Kibbies? Anna? Maar waar is die Anna? Wow, wow! Exemos, wow! Breng van mij die box. Okay, so.
The Courier Guy, the courier behind the box.
Can you deliver something for me?
Where to?
Hij wees van mij, hij wees van mij. Put this one in the springs box.
Look at man. Hey, winner.
Sure. Sure. You sure? Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yeah, man, you sure?
Yes, I am sure. Look at this thing. It's presidential. What if we get caught, man? Nobody gets caught in South Africa, man.
That's true.
Now lift. I'm sure.
Don't just be sure. Be sure. King Price Insure. Insurance you can be sure about. Visit kingprice.co.za.
Well, welcome back to Rugby on 216, brought to you by Thirsty. We're continuing part 2 of the road trip. We've made it to the northern suburbs and we're in the beautiful Paul Boys Museum. Spud and Cooks are admiring all the photos up on the walls. It's quite a special place, let's say, guys.
This is special. You know, it's just history, and you're walking over 150 years. You know, you're looking at some of the Springboks have played. Your likes of Wanika's Roo was 1956 all the way to 2018 in the museum. But just history, you can sort of feel what makes the school so special. And just so many memories. Yeah, we've got to say nice things to Sean Erasmus around the corner there. So, no, this is a privilege and an honour to be here.
It's not difficult to say nice things, eh? When you walk around here. So even if Sean wasn't here, we probably would have been nice. I think for me the most impressive thing is, and yes, we're a rugby show, but if you walk, you think about Paul Boys as a rugby school. It's so much more. You know, the Afrikaans people watching this, Eugene Marais, naturalist, poet, writer. You know, he matriculated in 1887 at Paul Boys High. There's been writers, David Frost, golf player, nearly 30 Springbok rugby players.
Stephen Milan, the England cricketer.
Yeah, so it's so much more than just a rugby school. And just the mere fact that a school deserves to have a museum says they've kind of made it, eh? You know, they've kind of made it. So this is very special. It's not my first visit, but every time you get here, you see something new.
Yeah.
And, I didn't realize this guy was here, and I didn't realize this guy was here. You know, Christo Visa.
Yeah.
Old Paul Boys are, you know.
You realize.
Amazing.
Well, let's have a look at some of the Springbok jerseys here, because you did mention there'd been...
I'm going to go around,
you guys can go around. Been nearly 30 Springboks. And what I love about it is that it's not just nearly 30 Springboks in the last couple of years, because you see the difference in the jerseys. We've got the 2015 World Cup jersey here, and then right above it there's a 1993 and then a 1928 jersey. Honestly, it's actually quite impressive how little the jersey's changed over 100 years. It's still got the Springbok, it's still got the collar. I mean, this could be an old school Springbok jersey from this morning. It's quite special.
Corne Krieger, one of the big men.
Springbok captain as well. Katrustian, you mentioned, and France by Helba, obviously. I mean, probably carrying the torch for the guys at the end. Ivan Roos as well from Paul Boy's house.
Salman Murat, another
Bok captain. So it just shows the sort of the level of rugby that we're dealing with here. I mean, like, you look at France by Helba, a 2-time World Cup winner, one of the best tight heads in the world. I mean, Bok Dream Team was voted the best tight head. So just again, like, you talk about history, you talk about what I love the most is, if you are sort of a kid now, it's not of expectation, and not a weight on your shoulder when you wear that jersey because of the names that everyone. I mean, the Springboks here on the side. I mean, the likes of Manika Stroh, I mean, who are legends. Carl Du Plessis, I mean, the Prince of Wings. I mean, so
Boylo, big name, big Paul Boys I know, Boylo, they've got other international players as well. Obviously, if there's a lot of Namibian guys that come to school in the Western Cape. But just the whole setup, and as we were driving in Cooksey into Paul, I told you about Willem Erwier. He was the guy that first introduced me to this museum, and he passed on in June this year. He was a major part of the Boys Eye family and heavily involved with everything the old boys did and the museum. So a massive loss for the school. So it's almost a bit of a solemn moment for me as well, having known Willem well. But just to see what boys' schools in South Africa in general, the fact that they've got a museum, because Boys Eye isn't the only one. There's plenty of them in South Africa, and most of them is more than 150 years of tradition. And you can just, like you said, feel the tradition when you walk in here.
Well, you mentioned Sean Erasmus. He's waiting for us at Brugstraat, so we're going to head on over there now, and we've got a little bit of a technical session like we had last week. We spoke about the laws and things.
Thanks to you guys. Sean's been waiting for a while. Okay, so let's get going.
Let's go. Our Rugby on 216 road trip has brought us to Koenenagel Brugstraat with coach Sean Erasmus. Cooks, Sput, first thing I want to talk about. We find ourselves standing on Brugstraat. Obviously, it's grown up a little bit. It's summer now. We've got a bit of a break, but your memories from this year, Sput, I don't think you were actually here when it happened, but it was on this field that Cooks's pick came true. 25-10, I believe it was.
It was one of the very few picks he got right this year. Remember where the red cap is again? I just want to make. Look, I know how to pick my derbies, where I go to. I think it was just a week after Prim beat Grey in Bloemfontein, and I knew it was going to be a tough assignment. That Boys Eye side of 2025 was special. They've probably got the most successful schoolboy rugby coach South Africa's seen in Sean Erasmus. We're privileged to have here today, so it was always going to be a tough assignment for Grey. Sean just told us the game plan as well in the second half with the wind, keeping them down in the corner, scrumming them into submission. He had that luxury of the 23 props in his squad this year. so he just scrummed them into submission, but it was always going to be a tough one. But I cannot really go onto TV and pick against Grey College, can I? But it's a very, very difficult field to come and play at. It's been reseeded now.
Yeah.
So good luck to the guys in that first 2 months of the season coming to play here. It's a very tough place to come and win. And Sean knows that. I mean, he had those 3 unbelievable unbeaten years in 2015, 16, 17, and now they're back to number 1 in South Africa.
Sean, a quick word from you on the derby to end the year, to end the season. I think played at such a high intensity, the speed was just incredible, and it was a bit like a test match, went down to the last minute.
Yeah, no, first thanks for being here at Brugstraat, at Koenenagel Brugstraat. And we're not going to cut the grass at all. We're going to see if we can get it to about this half or next year. That'll tell you something about how we're planning on playing next year. But yeah, definitely inter-schools, the season was amazing. The word was always be strong and courageous, and I think that's what that day sort of summed up, not just for Boys but also for Gim. I think it was probably one of the best schoolboy games that you were ever privy to be part of and be there. I mean, 3 tries in the last 7 to 10 minutes against a quality side like Paul Gymnasium. We were very blessed and happy with that.
And again, Cooks and I were on the right side of that pick.
100%.
Sitting on the side of the field. I was in my old school Paul Boys jersey. Every time Paul Boys were near the line, we were nearly losing our minds. So
I must say I was disappointed in Sput because the whole season he was backing us. And then at the time when it counted most, Cooks came through. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Cooks.
Sput came in with this big call early. And then I'm surprised. Then you let go of Paul Boys, but also
but you must remember what my big call.
You said they would come in the top 3.
Before the season started, I said they'll be in the top 3, and I said 2 weeks
and
out of it.
And once I was secured, you
then he said, no, now I'm a bit worried.
But the thing is, and I want to go back to that early call, because last year was a tough year.
It was
2024 was a tough year, but it was. I remember sort of a turning point for Paul Boys High, where I saw a turning point, was the game in Bloemfontein against Grey College, which in the end, if you go and look back at it, they were probably unlucky to lose, because that's the best they played in 2024. And I remember having a chat with Sean after the game. He wasn't feeling well, and I remember shaking his hand saying, "You guys were really good today." I was almost expecting an easy win for Grey that day. And I just want to, just before you guys start chatting scrum, because that's where I back out.
I'm also going to...
It's just tell Sean that with this grass that they're not going to cut. They're also starting earlier this year in Bloemfontein with a roller. It's on from December. There's no rugby in December.
They've been pulling all the grass out.
Rugby December, the rollers going to be operating. But sure, like chat scrums. I think, it's been something that you guys take massive pride in, especially this year. Obviously with how you rotate the props. How did that come about? I mean, you mentioned now we're playing against Grey, where there has been no let up. Like those 4 props they were fantastic all season long. When did the idea come about, and obviously having the rotation of those props?
Yeah, I must say, it was an interesting chat. People always say you learn a lot from losing, which I sometimes doubt because you feel terrible. But looking back on last year's inter-school game, literally in the warm-up, our first choice hooker, Christian Grinling, got injured. Literally in the warm-up, he hurt himself. And Tommy then Miller had played a full game, and we were like, oh no, here we go. So Tommy ended up playing 2 massive games in a row, and that impacted us on many different ways. So this year when we sat down as a coaching staff, and I mean credit to Janru van die Kerk and George Earl, they've 2 brilliant forward coaches working with our boys at the moment. Neil de Bruyn and I sat down and said, we've got this team with all this talent, what are we going to do? You can only pick 15. We're not allowed to run a squad system. So these guys have to play for the second team, and then bringing them off the bench like we did, it just didn't work. So part of it, I think, was an inspiration with the Springboks as well in the bomb squad and how they used their bench. But we thought about, the law variation allows you to make 12 rolling subs. And the interesting thing about schoolboy rugby that I've learned is that in your last 10 minutes of the first half and your first 10 minutes of the second half is where big things happen. Either you're on top of that curve or you're at the bottom of the curve. So we said, well, we've got these guys. Let's use them. And then while we've got that 25 or 30 minutes on the side, let's prep the other guys to go back and do something different. And I remember going to Rondebosch and standing there, and I said to Neil, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, why? I said, no, just now it doesn't work. We're not going to do it. And he's like, no, it's a great idea. You're going to do it. And I was like, no. And then, we did it, and it worked well, and we kept tweaking it, kept working with it. But obviously, super talented boys that could do that. That could adapt to things differently and then come up and be fresh. And I think also the other side of it was how are we going to keep these guys fresh? Because test rugby weekend after weekend, the bodies can just handle that much. Then you've still got Western Province trials. If the guys make Craven Week, they've still got that. And then there's still SA schools and everything else with that sort of... So we had to look at the season differently and manage it. As we spoke earlier, you've literally got 20 weeks to prepare a squad now. And then you're in it, and then you're in the thick of things, and they go from there. So I think that's what was the inspiration, the backstory to it, and we were just blessed enough with these boys, good men.
I think, sorry Alex, but I think what caught the country by surprise was the double sub. And because, like you say, it's not a loophole. It's in the rules. You can make 12 rolling subs in a schoolboy rugby game.
I had many coaches of the team, Paul Boys, you mentioned on the show, calling me like, guys, ask Alex, can we do this?
Yeah.
Where's the rules?
Was Rondebosch the first time you used this ever? So obviously Ronnebosch got pumped on the Tinky, but after that game, I had old boys asking me, can you do this? Can you just change your front row and then change them again? And obviously you can. You've got the 12 rolling subs. You can do whatever you want with that. If you use all of them and someone gets injured, then that's your problem.
The risk, yeah.
That's the risk you take. But
and
obviously,
we discussed that
we
somewhere
discussed
during
it
the
with
year that
exceptions.
there's a bit of risk involved because now Ivan Jordan, your 12 goes down early in the second half, and maybe you've used all your subs. Which obviously they always kept one or two in the bank for that. But I think that was the beauty of it. It's not the first time it's been done in rugby, by the way. 2005, Free State Cheetahs won a Currie Cup with a prop plan, 5 props
There we go.
in the match day 23. Because Ollie Leroux doubled up as hooker on the bench. They had Vian de Pree, Ollie Leroux, Osturant, Kobus Kaldu, and one. Jannie du Plessis. At 5 props, won the Currie Cup at Loftus Versfeld, scrumming the Bulls into submission.
Looking at 2022, we obviously used 3 tight head props as well in interschools. Because I said to the guys, I knew how important that anchor was, you know. So we also, like, you know, we gave up 1 guy for that, or 2 guys on the bench for that. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we're definitely not feeling like we're clever. We're just very blessed in that situation.
You speak about that anchor, Sean, and lastly, I mean, you know, scrum is it's so massive, especially at first team rugby level. And for you guys, I mean, I always say it's almost impossible to sort of push someone over with the 1.5 law. How do you guys use sort of those variations in the law to create momentum by having, because you want to dominate the scrum every weekend, but you only have 1.5 meters to play with?
Yeah, and I must say, you know, like, just on the thing with Ivan Jordan or another backline player, I mean, Neil de Bruin and David Sari, that was their task, like week in and week out. Like, okay, guys, if we're going to do this, something goes wrong, what's the plan? So there's always a plan. But, you know, it's interesting with the laws around the 1.5 meter to have that conversation with the ref beforehand and go like, okay, measure the 1.5 for me. That's quite a lot, you know. It's literally from here to where you're standing. So if you can get your punch in early and you're nice and explosive, and we had that, then you put that under a lot of pressure, you know. And I think also the way that we defended this year, we're like probably one of the best defensive teams this year, getting off the line. With that add pressure on set piece, not only at scrum time, but also at line-out time. I mean, Cruz, Davey, Jordan, Bernard, they were all like, I mean, and Trokkie, you know, they're all big boys. So they put a lot of pressure with Jaden Hubert, 2 meter. Gershon Peter's not short of that. You know, they put a lot of pressure up there as well. So all of that just added up to that pressure, continuous pressure. And then those guys scrum and maul well, and then they come out and they tackle you well as well. You know, so it's just that continuous. And then a guy like, how many times did you see Jordan yesterday hit the middle of the line like a 12 center?
I was literally going to say,
you know, like, and then you're like, okay, here we go. So it was just an amazing season with amazing men.
I've got one more question on scrums. How important, you mentioned Jaden Joubert and Gershon Peters, 2 big lock forwards.
Amazing.
How much does that help at scrum time?
No, big time. I mean, you know, once they get their chest down and once they get their legs back, you're going nowhere. That front row is going nowhere. So add that power of all those guys. I think our lightest prop in the front row is like 115, you know, 115 kgs. So with that power, with Jaden and Gershom's like dogging them, you know, the type of guys that they are. And then once again, when those guys come off and you put like Matthijs Loopscher and the other guys in there, you know, then they just equally as grunty as what the first bunch were. So yeah, it just worked this year. It worked.
Sean, thanks so much for joining us on Rugby on
you,
2 on 6. We've been watching the scrum the whole year, so it's great to actually find out a little bit more about it. We're going to continue our road trip here in the northern suburbs on Rugby on 216. We'll be heading across the road to Pelham. See you in a bit.
We were lost for 3 days. I told him to ration the water, but he somehow went and drank every last drop in the first hour. I have a family.
We urge the public to remain calm. There is no leak. However, we have identified a thirsty individual who's responsible for this water crisis in the Western Cape.
He almost left Brackenfell for Waterkloof just because of the name. Almost.
Jason, is this true?
Yeah, that's true. I am thirsty.
Some things you don't choose. They choose you. A name, a history, a legacy that came long before you. and will last long after you're gone. It's not just about the game. It's the moments that shape you. The early mornings, the long bus rides, the chants that never fade. The friendships, the rivalries, the feeling of being part of something bigger. It's a belonging, something you carry with you wherever you go. Because once you're a part of it, you always will be.
I can see why you call him wake up.
Yeah, and I can see why as a referee and not a player. I mean, come on.
Thanks, guys. Okay, I can't even get up. Come closer. Welcome back to Rugby on 2 and 6, brought to you by Thirsty Wet, Paarlgrim's fantastic fitness and lifestyle centre. We're going to have a bit more of a look around in a moment and chat to Grim's head of sport, Willie Roos.
Well, we've managed to find a moment in this incredible centre to sit down, take a breather, and spit. I think I'm going to let you handle this while I just look around in awe.
So before I get to Willie, Alex, I remember coming here last year at the start of the year for cricket, and this centre had just been finished, and I was just in at the gate, and Willie was like, come here. and he brought me in here. Willie, Paarlgymnasium Sport en Leefstyl Sentrum. Harde werk, paar rand, maar dit moet ongelooflik wees vir die skool om hierdie fasiliteite te hê.
Ja, Spoed, ek dink dit is ongelooflik. En jy moet beter wees om by te hou in vandag se ek gaan maar sê moderne era van skole sport. Ons is 'n skool met nie baie leerders nie. Julle weet self, ons is 1100 kinders in die skool. 550 seuns, 550 dogters. So ons kondisionering, ons rehabilitering, ons fasiliteite moet op hoogstaande gehalte wees om dit wat ons bereik in al die sportsoorte, het sy rugby, cricket, hockey, netbal en atletiek wat nou bygekom het, wat ons baie goed gedoen het hierdie jaar, moet ons vir die kinders die beste gee sodat hulle optimaal kan presteer.
Really, can I ask, I mean, we know this is a rugby show, we know you're a phenomenal rugby side this year, but you guys take great pride in all the other sports doing well, you know, the girls' sports, and what is the secret, you know, because you look at whatever sport it is, whether it's hockey, whether it's netball, rugby, cricket, Paarlgrim's name is always there, and something you guys take great pride in.
So I think the secret is structures, to put the right structures in place, and then obviously with our limited resources of kids and children, the best coaches that we can find, we will get to him, and so I think it's a combination with structures, facilities as well. I think facilities plays a big part for us, and then the coaches, yeah.
It's something in the water they're doing here. That's what they're going to bloom and winning games.
It's coming straight off the mountain, so it's good water.
But I want to get to that, Willie, because, and Cooksey, obviously as head of sport, Willie will give all the correct answers, you know, structure, this, but it's also the community and them giving back to Paarlgymnasium, because this doesn't just rock up here overnight, nee, dit kos geld.
Nee, absoluut. En ons kan baie bevoorreg wees, ons het ongelooflike donateurs gehad, ons het goeie fondsinsamelingsprojekte gehad, om dit wat ons hier het, in plek te kan sit. Jy praat van 'n community, jy was al self op 'n Saterdag hierso, low-key games, 10,000 people here, so this is actually a community project from the school side and from the parents as well. So
Saturdays here, Cooksey, is a lot of fun because as you finish here, then you go to Willie's place. You know? it's very special. But pulling that back now to Paarlgymnasium and your experience as a referee and stuff.
Still referee here.
Is daar gesprekke wat jy met afrigters nog kan hê en gesels, en is dit iets wat jy weet miskien by betrokke raak in reëls en soos wat reëls verander om dit vir die ouens reg te verduidelik?
Spoed nie vreeslik baie nie, want die skool het my nou ingesluk nie. So ek is op 'n Saterdag hier langs die veld, is ek ook maar een van die skuldiges. Ek moet nou eerlik want dalk eerder voor ek 'n afrigter gaan reghelp vir 'n ref gaan sê wat hy verkeerd gedoen het. So 'n mens word maar ingetrek in daai kultuur. Maar ja, ek dink ek sal nie sê ek is uitvoering uit nie, maar 'n mens is hier om jou werk te doen en jy moet dit tot voordeel van die skool doen. En jy het so diversity van skeieregters. Control the controllables. Referee is not a controllable, it's uncontrollable. So I think the best that we can do and that we promote at our school is just to stay within law. That's the best thing that you can do.
From us, on behalf of myself and Cooks, if Alex White ever referees on the year of Kriel, will you please go hard at him? Will you please
and then afterwards I'll take him to my house.
I want to say, Spot, that I have refereed on the year of Kriel, some sevens.
Brilliant.
And then also I think it was at the start of last year, it was like 36 degrees when all the schools came down for one of the early tournaments. And it's the only match I've ever not finished because it was so hot, and we did about 4 matches in the day. They're not full-length matches, but they're still matches that we're doing. And I think it was I'm trying to remember if it was the under-16s. I think it was the under-16As, and I think it was Chim's under-16As playing on the last day. But this, I also can't remember it fully, so it might have also been at Brugstraat. But I think it was Jaap Kriel. And it was so hot that I just... They were just scoring tries, because the opposition wasn't at their level. And so it was a lot of running. It was the third match of the day, super hot. Hadn't drunk enough, and I just got cramp everywhere. It's the worst cramp in my life. I literally didn't think I was going to be able to drive home. It was that bad.
Is there any video footage, perhaps?
So it's the only time I haven't finished a game. But I think, yeah, if I had a gym like this with the proper conditioning, I wouldn't have to worry about it.
I was going to ask one thing to Cooks, actually. Cooksy, if you had this as a youngster, think you would have been in TV now, or maybe still playing the game?
I'm still a youngster. I'd definitely still be in TV. I'd definitely still be playing. I mean, look, this is a fantastic facility. You can't not want to gym when you're here. So I mean, when at my school we had a room with weights in it. So we didn't call it a gym. I mean, it's basically a classroom with one or two dumbbells. But this is phenomenal.
It's extraordinary. And we're going to have a little bit more of a look around now before we head on to our final venue of the road trip. Nice little chat with Billy. Now we get to actually explore this fantastic centre a little bit. I noticed, guys, we're standing on a track and there are 3 lanes.
There's no way. Let me put it clear. There's no way I'm running right now. That is how injuries happen. Have you ever pulled a hamstring?
No,
have you pulled it?
Sput, I'm 22.
It is one of the most. Have you?
Yes, I pulled a hamstring.
It is one of the most painful things. So I'll support you and I'll shout, but there's no way I'm.
I'll need the whole show's length to warm up for me to sprint.
If you can give me 25 minutes to stretch.
Okay. So you're saying we're time pressured because we have to get to lunch to end off our road trip. You guys have a flight to catch. Cooks has 2 lined up just in case, but you've only got your first one, right? You're going home on the same plane.
At least he's traveling with me.
You're going on the same plane?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you need to also book a second flight for later. Let's just have a look around. Then, if we're not going to run, I know this is, for all of us, this is our most favorite part of the gym.
I'll do this.
The stationary bike.
Yes,
I'll do this.
Sput, you're going to get on for us.
I'm going to get on.
Sput, I mean, I've got to ask, I mean, you know, we're at Parkham, the centre looks fantastic. Are you a little bit worried for next year?
Look, they've got nice facilities, eh? but rugby doesn't get played in facilities. It gets played on the grass. Look, I can already feel it's probably a lock that was on here before me. He was doing well, but this is life, eh?
And that view, and you've got just that view out towards Paul and the mountains, the Drakensberg mountains. It's fantastic.
I think this is about the most exercise I get in. This is me when I go to the gym. It's lovely. Love that little TV on with a bit of school sports.
Well, Spur in Paul heard that we're around, and they've called to let us know we've got a table for lunch. So maybe just burn off some more calories and then we can.
Yeah,
not feel
it's
so-
amazing. Look, for that spur ribs, I'll
Just
go,
get
because I want the
going.
double rack, please. It's
Let's-
been a bit of a morning.
So upstairs, they also have a whole lot of elastic bands and sort of stretching and flexion and all of that for the younger kids. Obviously, and I think it's fantastic that they don't throw the young kids into to gym. You wait till their bodies are ready for that, but you've still got ways to prepare them for sport safely.
It's the functional training part upstairs. So it's where all the elastics gets used and the scrub twister and everything gets used. But then also, very interestingly, they've got the whole medical centre up here. They've got the bios, they've got the physios, they've got the doctor who comes in once or twice a week, to make the diagnosis, and then they've got the bio right there to start with the rehab and the physios, and top notch, state of the art. Is there better around in South Africa right now at schoolboy level or schoolgirl level, at university level? Well, there'll be centres that rival this shortly, because that's the beauty of it.
It's the way to go now, Sport. I mean, Paul Russell kind of set the standard early on with their fantastic facility, and then you've got, Kurz is open one now, Hilton with the new gym. So this is the way to go now. I mean, you've got to fit in now, and if you don't have it, you're going to play catch up. And in schoolboy rugby, once you play catch up, sometimes you never catch up. So
1,600 squares, if you take the bottom part and the top part.
And these floor pads, tiles, each individually weighs 60 kilograms.
And that's part of the centre's excellence.
Just the attention to detail.
I remember while they were building it, Billy telling me that, a lot of these equipment and tiles and everything, it's from Germany.
Yeah.
And that was one of their big focuses, getting the floor right. And also upstairs, like I say, for that functional training part for the under 14s and 15s, boys and girls. And it's not just a rugby centre, this.
Yeah.
Netball, hockey. Billy mentioned off air now, 300 kids an hour come through here.
300 kids an hour.
Incredible.
It's a good turnover. Any of you know what these are? The training zone hanging.
It's for the muscle things, Let me
Yeah,
show you.
yeah. I want you to show us, Cooks.
Let me see. Let me see if I still know how to train.
Let's see. It just looks.
Can you use it for some push-ups?
I want to try. I want to go one up on Cooks here.
I did one full one.
I want to go.
There's no way I'm going to be able to.
That's one.
Please do not put space.
Another one.
Look, it's as red as the icing.
But it goes like this.
Okay, we've earned our lunch now.
I think we've earned lunch.
We've earned our lunch
Okay,
now.
let's go. To Spur.
Okay,
To Spur.
off
Let's
we
go.
Bottles disappeared. Profits vanished.
It wasn't theft.
Our biggest customer became our biggest problem.
I wouldn't call it a problem. He just likes to hoy a few with the boys.
The guys in the first team used to call him Camille.
Because he was so tall.
No, not Camille Per, Camille. He used to drink 200 liters of water in 3 minutes after practice, like a bloody camel.
Is this true, Yeben?
Yeah, most of that is true. I am thirsty.
In a world where every second counts, will he make it on time? Out here on the streets, anything can happen when the odds are stacked against you. One man finds the will, the drive, the passion to steer his path to destiny. It's a Swift.
Welcome back to Rugby on 216, brought to you by Thirsty. I'm going quite well with my John Lee here, Spud.
Oh, Coke, not too bad
I
either.
see you're doing a good job.
Ice cold.
Guys, don't be hating on my beautiful strawberry milkshake. Real men drink pink drinks with marshmallows at the top.
I think I secretly do want one of those.
I must admit, after he went that way, I didn't see him going that way. You know, it's not the way I know. And I also sort of thought about a chocolate milkshake. Always a winner.
Yeah,
At the
absolutely.
Spur.
So we're at the Spur for lunch, the end of our 2-week road trip. We went to the southern suburbs last week. We've wrapped now in the northern suburbs. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I got a message. We obviously spoke to Sean Erasmus early on the show, spoke to him about Pearl Boys, spoke to him about the scrums. He sent me a message, said, thank you for what you guys do for schoolboy rugby, boys and for coaches. We appreciate you, men. Have a great Sunday.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. He is a good man, isn't he? Always full of encouragement and things like that. And it was great spending some time with him. Always is.
Yeah, I mean, he says thank you, thanks us for what we do. I mean, thank the coaches. I mean,
yeah.
We're the ones we get paid to do this, then to go to travel and watch some of the best schoolboy players in the country. We're the ones who be thanking them.
They're the ones who create the incredible spectacles that we get to watch, like the Paul Derby was this year.
And they continuously speak about South Africa has the best schoolboy rugby, but we've got the best schoolboy coaches by a country mile in the world.
Including management,
coaches,
everybody.
conditioners, not conditioners, that's for the ladies, conditioning coaches, physios, bios, the whole package.
It's fantastic.
Is what makes the product what it is.
Any highlights from our 2-week road trip down in the Western Cape, the real rugby province?
Yeah, look, the 5 days between the shoots was obviously my highlight. You know, going to the beach every morning and just spending some quality time with the two of you.
The low light time, not being able to go to Bishops, having to go to Ronnebusch instead. I mean, obviously, it's not everything, but I'm just happy. I think just spending time there down in the Cape. Can never complain.
We weren't sure you were going to get here at first, so that's good that we end. Talking about Sean Erasmus, he's a fan of the show. One of the things he mentioned to me after we shot today was that he really enjoys Impossible Truth. I said, well, he enjoys it more than I do. I'm on 54% though. A 4-week streak. There are 2 episodes left. This is the penultimate one. Next week's the last episode. So I would really like to end on a streak.
You won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me lead the charge.
Yeah, you lead.
We're at Parkham today. They had a famous centre pairing of Tibet Barry Morris Joubert. They played centre together at Parkham and for the Springboks.
All right, I've gone. Parkham, we were in the Sport and Lifestyle Centre. They've just made a very big appointment again in their rugby structures with MJ Smith, brother of Franco Smith, and who's now at the Cheetos Juniors, joining them in their structure next year as a coach. But as a qualified teacher, he'll also be in the classroom.
Oh, okay. Interesting one. I'm sure Willie told you that when we spoke to him today, so I should have tried to be listening and thinking. Guys, this week I don't know, so I was looking around if I have a coin. I don't, because that is literally, this is a coin flip. Okay, so heads is Cooks, tails is Spud. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Is he doing that?
Okay, Cooks, yours is true.
Like, why is
but
it fighting me?
Come on. Come on.
Do you know, the luck has turned now.
No, what's that, 5 in a row?
That's 5 in a row.
And this time
I wanted to do that the whole season, can I just say? So the fact that it's worked is incredible.
So they played together in the same first side?
At them, and then played together many times at the Springboks.
And how cool is that you've been
and they were a year apart.
Yeah.
Mates from school, played together at school all the way to the Springboks. That's a fairy
Well,
tale.
I'd like to know who's the older one by a year, because he obviously got to inaugurate the younger one into the first team. So I don't know if they were mates.
Okay, fair enough.
And then
They have made an appointment.
They have made an appointment, and it is a brother of Franco Smith, but it is A.B. Smith. Who's currently at Nico Milan High School. And he's been involved in the Eastern Province Craven Week structures before, Grant Coma. And it must be an absolutely brilliant appointment because he's an old grey college boy. So he'll serve them well.
Okay, I knew there was something coming. But guys, been a great trip down in the Western Cape. Thank you for joining us for the past 39 episodes of Rugby on 216. We have one to go. We've been going for 39 straight weeks. One more to go. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, Tuesday at 7. But for now, bye-bye.